If I told you there is a tank so small you could fit it in your back seat, or a machine that drives on snow using giant screws instead of wheels, would you believe me? Welcome to the world of mad engineering. Today we are exposing the 10 most bizarre snow vehicles ever built. From expensive toys to dangerous, forgotten weapons of war. Number 5 is literally a nightmare. Are you ready? Punch that subscribe button right now and let's explore the things you won't believe actually exist. Let's kick things off with a piece of hardcore engineering designed for the harshest environments on Earth, the Pelec Mini 3. At first glance, it looks like someone shrunk a tactical tank and gave it a futuristic facelift. This isn't just a snow vehicle, it's a fully amphibious transporter. That means whether you are crossing a frozen lake or a muddy swamp, the Pelic doesn't care. It features a lightweight, watertight steel hull that allows it to float, making it the ultimate survival tool for unpredictable terrain where ice might break beneath you, turning a potential disaster into a simple boat ride. Under the hood, this compact beast typically packs a reliable engine ranging from 300cc to 680, delivering around 20 to 28 horsepower. While that might sound modest, the torque is geared specifically for difficult terrain, allowing it to reach speeds of up to 20 mph on land. More impressively, it has a towing capacity of nearly 800 lbs, meaning it can haul your gear, wood, or supplies without breaking a sweat. The continuous track system distributes the vehicle's weight so effectively that it exerts less ground pressure than a human foot, allowing it to glide over deep, soft snow instead of sinking. Why is this on our list? Because it creates a bridge between a recreational toy and a serious tactical vehicle. It is small enough to fit into the back of a standard American pickup truck or a small utility trailer, solving the biggest headache of off-road enthusiasts: transportation logistics. You don't need a semi-truck to haul this, you just load it up and head to the wilderness. The driving experience is akin to a zero-turn mower but on steroids, capable of spinning 360 degrees in place. For hunters or property owners, the Pelec Mini 3 offers unmatched versatility and protection from the elements. We are officially trading the deafening roar of two-stroke gas engines for the silent, lethal power of the future with the electric snow cart. Forget about yanking on a frozen pull cord until your arm falls off. This machine is all about instant neck-snapping torque. Typically, these builds start with a standard racing go-kart chassis, but instead of slick tires, they are fitted with a custom heavy-duty rubber track system at the rear and steerable skis up front. The driving experience is completely alien compared to a regular sled. When you mash the throttle, there is absolutely zero lag. No smoke, no vibration, just immediate power delivery that launches you across the powder like a silent rocket. Let's get into the technical specifications because this is where the magic happens. These snow carts are usually powered by massive 3,000 to 5,000 watt brushless DC motors, often running on high-voltage 72-volt systems. While the top speed might top out around 30 miles per hour, do not let that number fool you. The acceleration is violent. Electric motors provide 100% of their torque at 0 RPM, which is a game-changer in deep snow where gas engines often bog down. Furthermore, the heavy lithium-ion battery packs are mounted low in the center of the frame, creating an incredibly low center of gravity. This means you can throw this machine sideways into a drift with almost zero risk of flipping over. This vehicle earns its spot on our list because it is the ultimate silent assassin of the winter world. You can literally rip through your backyard or local forest trails at midnight without waking up a single neighbor, something a gas-powered machine could never do. For the American DIY mechanic, the electric snow cart is becoming a massive trend because it effectively eliminates winter maintenance. There are no carburetors to clean, no oil to change, and no cold start issues. It represents a new wave of recreational engineering, clean, quiet, and requiring nothing but a power outlet to keep the fun going. It is the perfect blend of modern EV tech and classic drifting joy. If you grew up playing Call of Duty and wished you could bring it to real life, the Mini Paintball Tank is your answer. These aren't just props, They are fully functional, single-seater tracked vehicles, often equipped with a paintball marker mounted in a rotating turret. Originally popularized in the UK and now seen in adventure parks across the US, these mini tanks are capable of traversing snow, mud, and grass. They are typically built with a robust fiberglass shell molded to look like classic military armor, complete with camouflage paint jobs, making them instantly recognizable and visually imposing on the field. Mechanically, these tanks are powered by reliable engines like the Honda GX390, producing around 13 horsepower. They aren't built for speed, topping out at around 6 to 8 mpsa, but they compensate with torque and authenticity. The experience inside is claustrophobic in the best way possible. You operate the vehicle using 2 levers, push both forward to go, pull back to brake, and alternate to turn, perfectly mimicking the control scheme of real military armor. The suspension is surprisingly capable, utilizing a bogey wheel system that allows the rubber tracks to absorb bumps and navigate over frozen ruts and small snowbanks. This vehicle makes the list because it fulfills a very specific fantasy, commanding your own armor. It's bizarre because it's a weapon of war shrunk down for recreational fun. While you probably won't use this to commute to work, owning one costs roughly the same as a mid-range ATV. It is loud, it is aggressive, and it lets you blast your friends with paint while crushing snowdrifts. Whether you are running a rental business or just want the ultimate toy for your large property, the Mini Paintball Tank is the ultimate flex for the overgrown kid in all of us. Now let's talk about a machine that redefines mobility, the Ziesel by Matro. At first glance, you might mistake it for an electric wheelchair, but that would be a massive insult to this Austrian engineering marvel. The Ziesel is a high-end off-road beast designed for absolute freedom. It features 2 powerful electric motors that are integrated directly into the drive system. Because it is electric, it is completely silent, meaning you can tear through a quiet winter forest without disturbing the wildlife or your neighbors, offering a stealthy and serene driving experience unlike any gas-powered vehicle. The specs on the Ziesel are staggering. It delivers nearly 370 lb-ft of torque instantly, which is more than many compact cars. This allows it to climb 60% gradients with ease. It weighs around 660 lbs, largely due to the massive lithium-ion battery pack, which provides enough juice for up to 4 to 5 hours of riding. Top speed sits comfortably at 22 mph, which feels incredibly fast in an open cockpit. The control system is operated entirely by a high-precision joystick attached to a wooden armrest, making it intuitive and accessible to almost anyone, including paraplegics. The Ziesel is on this list because it's a triumph of inclusive design meeting extreme performance. It features a tubular steel frame for rollover protection, a 4-point safety harness, and aggressive rubber tracks that grip onto ice and deep snow like claws. It's weird because it blurs the line between a medical device and an extreme sport utility vehicle. It is expensive, luxurious, and incredibly capable. Whether you are navigating a ski resort or exploring backcountry trails, the Ziesel proves that you don't need legs to hike a mountain, you just need torque and tracks. We are taking a dark turn into history with the Goliath tracked mine, arguably the most terrifying small vehicle on this list. Used by the German Wehrmacht during World War II, this wasn't a vehicle for people, it was a remote-controlled suicide machine. Standing only about a foot tall and 4 feet long, the Goliath, CDK FZ-302-303, was designed to carry explosives into enemy bunkers. While it was originally designed for war, its ability to traverse rough, snowy terrain on its tiny tracks makes it a fascinating, albeit grim, ancestor to modern ground drones. Mechanically, the Goliath was a nightmare of early robotics. It could carry between 130 to 220 lbs of high explosives. It was steered via a trailing wire connected to a joystick control box held by a soldier, with a range of roughly 2,000 feet. It came in 2 versions, an electric motor version and a later more reliable gasoline engine version. Speed was slow, topping out at around 6 mph, just enough to creep up on targets. In deep winter on the Eastern Front, these little machines struggled, but when they worked, they were small enough to hide in snowdrifts before detonating. Why include a WWII weapon in a list of snow vehicles? Because it shows the bizarre origins of remote-controlled track technology. Today, collectors and museums have restored the shells of these machines and drive them around at reenactments. Seeing a Goliath trundle through the snow today is a chilling reminder of history, but also a look at one of the earliest, weirdest off-road drones ever built. It represents a time when engineers were trying to miniaturize tank technology, creating a tiny, expendable vehicle with a massive, destructive purpose. We are swapping the factory assembly line for a welding torch and creativity with the homemade tracked ATV Patrol Mini. This isn't something you can buy at a dealership. It is a testament to garage ingenuity, often inspired by legendary mini off-road designs. It essentially looks like a metal crate sitting on tank tracks, stripped of all vanity features. The design is brutally simple: a square steel frame, a single seat, and two continuous rubber tracks that dominate the vehicle's profile. It's the kind of machine that makes you stop and ask, "Did you build that?" It transforms the concept of an ATV from a wheeled recreational vehicle into an unstoppable, compact tank that can squeeze between dense trees where larger snowmobiles would get wedged tight. Under the raw metal skin, simplicity is key. These mini tanks are typically powered by standard 4-stroke industrial engines, such as a 13 to 15 horsepower Honda GX390 or the popular Predator clones found in the US. While 15 horsepower sounds low, the gearing is reduced significantly to prioritize torque over top speed, usually capping out at around 15 to 18 mph. Power is transferred via a torque converter, CVT, to a shortened car differential or a custom chain drive system. Steering is achieved through a classic skid steer setup, braking one track to turn, which allows this little box to spin 360 degrees on a dime, making it incredibly agile in dense forests or tight garage spaces. This machine earns its spot on the list because it represents the democratization of off-road capability. It is small enough to load into the bed of a mid-size pickup truck without needing a trailer, which is a massive advantage for the solo explorer looking to travel far. It's rugged, utilitarian, and surprisingly capable in deep snow due to its incredibly low ground pressure. Whether used for checking trap lines, hauling firewood, or just patrolling the perimeter of your large property in deep winter, the Patrol Mini proves that you don't need a $20,000 budget to own a personal tank. It might be ugly, it might be loud, but it is absolutely brilliant engineering for the common man. Let's throw it back to the 1970s with the Attex 450. Before modern ATVs took over, the 66C6 amphibious vehicle was the king of weird off-road fun. Attex was one of the biggest names in the game. While it normally runs on 6 balloon tires for winter use, owners would wrap distinct plastic tracks around the wheels, transforming it into a tank-like snow cruiser. The 450 designation refers to the high-output engine class, often a Rockwell JLO engine, which made this lightweight plastic tub terrifyingly fast for its time. The Attex operates on skid steer principles. You pull the left lever to stop the left wheels, causing the vehicle to spin left. In the snow, this thing is a drifting machine. It weighs only about 300 to 400 lbs, and with around 35 to 45 horsepower depending on the tune, it has a power-to-weight ratio that rivals modern sport quads. Because the body is a sealed high-density polyethylene HDPE tub, it floats, meaning if you break through thin ice, you aren't sinking, you're boating. The ride quality is bouncy and the noise from the 2-stroke engine is deafening, but that's part of the charm. However, the Attex holds a special place in the heart of vintage collectors. It represents a golden era of anything-goes recreational vehicle design. It's small, bizarrely shaped, and incredibly capable in deep powder when tracked up. While modern ATVs have suspension and power steering, the Attex delivers a raw, visceral connection to the terrain. It's a reminder that sometimes the old ways of having fun, loud engines, blue smoke, and simple plastic bodies, are still the best ways to enjoy the winter landscape. Imagine if an M1 Abrams tank had a baby with a skateboard, the offspring would be the DTV Shredder. This is the true definition of a bizarre hybrid. You don't sit on it, you stand on it. It is the world's first dual-tracked vehicle that is steered by body leaning. Just like skateboarding or snowboarding, you lean the deck left to turn left, while the handlebars are purely for stability and throttle. It turns your body into the controller. It is aggressive, it is loud, and it looks more like a gadget from a sci-fi action movie than a traditional snow vehicle. Power-wise, the DTV Shredder is no toy. It packs a 208cc four-stroke engine, pumping out around 14 horsepower and respectable torque. What makes it an engineering masterpiece is the patented dual CVT transmission system. This allows each track to spin at different speeds based on the tilt of the standing deck, enabling tight spins and precise drifts. With a top speed reaching up to 30 mph, the sensation of standing upright on two tracks tearing through the snow is visceral and far more adrenaline-pumping than any sit-down vehicle. This vehicle earns a spot on the list because it essentially invents a brand new sport. It bridges the gap between X Games extreme sports and utility motoring. It is compact enough to fit in the trunk of a large SUV, yet powerful enough to tow a friend on a sled behind you. While it works year-round on mud and sand, on snow, it transforms into a drift monster. For the American male who loves the freedom of snowboarding but craves the raw mechanical muscle of an internal combustion engine, the DTV Shredder is the ultimate machine to own. If you were a kid in the late 80s, the Yamaha Sno Scoot 80 was the holy grail. It wasn't a full-size snowmobile and it wasn't a toy. It was this weird boxy hybrid that looked like a Honda Elite scooter had a baby with a sled. It featured a distinct step-through design where you sat like you were riding a Vespa, keeping your legs protected behind the fairing. Produced from 1988 to 1990, it became an instant icon due to its accessible size and bizarre styling that broke the mold of traditional snowmobile aesthetics. Despite its toy-like appearance, the Sno Scoot was a legitimate machine. It was powered by an 80cc two-stroke engine that could push the lightweight vehicle to speeds of around 30 mph. Because it weighed significantly less than a standard sled, it floated over snow surprisingly well. It utilized a leaf spring front suspension and a simple rear shock, making it durable and easy to maintain. The kickstart mechanism and automatic transmission meant that anyone could hop on and ride without needing to master a clutch or gears, democratizing snow travel for younger riders. The Sno Scoot is on this list because it defies the bigger is better logic of American snowmobiling. It's tiny, it looks funny, and it has small tires and skis, but it offers a smile-per-mile ratio that $15,000 sleds can't match. It became a cult classic, with used models selling for thousands of dollars decades later. Yamaha actually realized they had lightning in a bottle and recently brought the Sno Scoot name back with modern engineering, proving that this weird scooter-like design wasn't just a fad, it was a legend. Finally, we have the Bobsla, a machine that answers the question, what if a bobsled had an engine? Hailing from the Austrian Alps, this is an electric snow kart designed specifically for drifting. Unlike almost every other vehicle on this list, it doesn't use skis to steer. Instead, it uses a dual-track drive system at the rear, similar to a tank. You steer by varying the speed of the tracks, slow down the left track to turn left, and vice versa. The front is just a plastic slider that glides effortlessly over the snow. The Bobsla is tiny, extremely low to the ground, and surprisingly fast. It hits speeds of up to 20 mph, but because you are sitting inches off the ice, the sensation of speed is amplified, making it feel like 40 mph. It runs on interchangeable lithium batteries, allowing for a continuous operation at resorts. The electric motors ensure it's eco-friendly for alpine environments. The learning curve is steep but rewarding. It requires body English, leaning into turns, and precise throttle control to get it to slide perfectly around a hairpin turn without spinning out. This ends our list because it is the ultimate modernization of the weird snow vehicle concept. It looks like a futuristic pod, it drives like a drift car, and it fits in the bizarre niche of electric snow racing. It is currently being marketed to ski resorts as an alternative to skiing, a sort of snow go-karting attraction. If you ever get the chance to visit a resort that has these, don't walk, run. It's the closest you'll get to playing Mario Kart in real life on a frozen track. From the terrifying history of the Goliath tank to the electric drifting madness of the Bobsla, these machines prove that when it comes to snow, humans will build just about anything to conquer it. Which one of these tiny titans would you park in your garage? I'm betting on the Ziesel for that luxury tank feel. Let me know your pick in the comments below. If you enjoyed this frozen deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe for more engineering oddities. Stay warm and I'll see you in the next one.